Hello, 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 and welcome to the show with Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, that guy, James J., alongside Kaliko Yachts and the American Scooter Dust.
Always remember, panties are not the best thing on earth, but they are next to it.
And it was a good week for Wrestling Wit as we interviewed Noel Summit on Tuesday. Great interview with somebody, making her name in the Rocky Mountain Pro area. And the sky's the limit for Noel. Great chat. And then on Wednesday, we interviewed Sebastian Suave, the founder of Smash Wrestling up in Canada. Um, Fantastic interview, fantastic individual. And yeah, it's always a fun time when we have a Canadian from Canada on the show. This upcoming Tuesday, we have Damien Corbin on the show. He's one third of the Kings of the North. Um, and he has wrestled the Who's Who. The Gorillas of Destiny, War Machine, Ilya Dragunov, Pete Dunne. We talk about that. We talk about him being in PWI's top 100 tag teams, being on Ninja Warrior in the UK. That's a fun story. Um, Angel Wishes and a hell of a lot more. I cannot recommend this interview more highly for sure. And then this upcoming Wednesday, um, we got Starbuck on, um, the founding father of pro wrestling in Finland. Before him, there was no pro wrestling in Finland. He started it 20 years ago, and now he's the founder of Slam Wrestling. And they're doing some incredible things in Finland as we speak. So you're definitely going to want to check out that interview as well. There's a Keiji Muto story in there, Corrigan Hall, Japan, and a hell of a lot more. But don't take my word for it. Here's some clips. You are a Ninja Warrior.
Yeah,
Can you tell us about that experience?
it sucked. It sucked so hard, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I did it. It was an experience. But like, it's a game show, you know. So you're in. I got to we're in Manchester. Like, to be fair, it was the night after WrestleMania. So I had wrestled. Got home around, half 12, quarter to 1 in the morning. WrestleMania, like literally kicking off. It was one of those ones. Oh man, I'll put on WrestleMania. I'll probably fall asleep. It's fine. No, I watched the whole thing, and then
Which WrestleMania
straight to
was
the
it?
air. I can't remember. It's been that long ago. Yeah, it's been that long ago. I couldn't tell you. But then straight to the airport, straight to Manchester for Ninja Warrior. And then we get in to this massive building, do our sign up, complete everything. It's all ticked and boxed. And then it's only when we got all the way in there, they were like, "Okay, guys, you can't leave now. And then at some point we'll call you for your heat." But there was no food, or there was no they had Weetabix drinks and Trekker energy balls or something, and that's it. and like weak coffee. Not even a Red Bull. And I think we were there for like 13 hours all
Oh
in.
wow.
It's in this way, yeah. Nobody, at least in the modern pro wrestling era, if you think of the wrestling business as it is and as it's been now for the past several decades, I don't believe that anybody can touch my record. So that in that way, I can say that I am the most accomplished wrestler out of the Nordics of Europe, arguably in history. Once again, you can take the names like the Hackenschmidts and the Tony Halmays, and you can make a case argument for that. And I won't hold you. I won't hold that against you. But that's why I say arguably.
Oh yeah, because there's always wrestling. If wrestling fans love anything, it's their debates, and who.
That's it. It's
So
wrestling Twitter.
yes, exactly. All right, and then on next Wednesday, the 31st, we got Vicky Two Thumbs on the show. All right, now that we're done putting ourselves over, it is not a great day for wrestling. As we lost a true icon, a true legend, somebody a pioneer in pro wrestling and WWE as a whole, and that is superstar Billy Graham. Um, Scooter, could you tell us about Billy Graham?
All right. If I were to say to you, you can pull the bumper off a Cadillac, Jack, you probably think Hulk Hogan, but no, Billy Graham is the one who said that first, and Billy Graham who served us a lot. Uh, almost Hulk almost became an entire clone of superstar Billy Graham, but
And Jesse Ventura.
and Jesse Ventura, yes. Uh, Eldridge Wayne Coleman, better known as the superstar Billy Graham, not the televangelist. Uh, started wrestling in. Do I have that? Yes, okay. Born in June 1943 in Phoenix. Of Native American ancestry.
Hmm.
Interesting. Was a Golden Gloves fight amateur in the late 50s. Tried out for the Calgary Stampede in the Canadian Football League. Uh, and then he would go into bodybuilding. He would train intensively at the Gold's Gym in Santa Monica, California, where, of all the people he would train with, one man you might have heard of, his name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger is a very big fan of superstar Billy Graham. There is a lot in terms of when Billy Graham starts wrestling. Starts wrestling in the late 60s, the very late 60s, early 70s. Trained under Stu Hart. I did not know that. I did not know that Billy Graham was a student of the dungeon.
Me neither. I think he's best known for being the WWE champion ever of all time.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, believe me, I'm gonna get to that. She spent a lot of time in California with the NWA. Worked with had a team in the mid 70s with Pat Patterson, along with Ray Stevens and High Chief Peter Maivia. Maivia. God damn it.
Take your medication.
Graham. Graham would spend the mid 70s mostly in the AWA, up in Vern Gagne's territory, with the Crusher, the Bruiser, Wahoo McDaniel, Billy Robinson, Ken Patera, Ivan Koloff, leave. It spent a year in Japan in '74. Very interesting. And Billy Graham was Ric Flair's substitute up and down the East Coast for the NWA appearances after Flair was in that infamous plane crash.
Ooh.
But, of course, let's talk about Billy Graham's most notable accomplishment, and that is he became, as Jay said, the technically third, for there's one better two, 2, 3, 4. He would, if you want to play semantics, he's technically the 6th WWF champion in history. The Worldwide Wrestling Federation, though, out of everybody that Bruno Sammartino defended that title against from December 10th, 1973 to April 29th, 1977, be a cakewalk for Bruno. And on April 30th, Billy Graham would end that almost 4-year reign of
It was 7 years.
December 10th, 1973 to April 30th, 1977. Bruno, that was Bruno's first run. Bruno was champion for 7 years, lost to Ivan Koloff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, it's still really fucking huge. I mean, God. I mean, can you imagine seeing that today? Oh.
I cannot.
Yeah, after that, Graham would spend how much time? Fortunately, he would spend less than a year, a little under a year as WWF champion, as Bob Backlund would defeat him for the down WWF championship. And then, of course, it would go to Antonio Inoki. It would be vacated, back to Backlund, Iron Sheik, and then we're into Hogan there. But Graham would leave the WWF in '83 out of because he wanted to retire the superstar gimmick, and Vince Sr. did not want him to become a face. Billy Graham was also a very, very good heel. Graham would go back to the AWA and the NWA from '83 to '86, and then in late '86, Billy Graham would return to the WWF one more time, now as a face. There are so many. Oh, great! Oh, wow! It's Hulk Hogan! Superstar Billy Graham stories. Graham is the first superstar in WWF history to have his surgery shown on WWF television, as they showed his hip replacement, which is really, really odd because there's only one other man that's wrestled after having a hip replacement, and that was Roddy Piper.
I believe Undertaker wrestled after a hip replacement as well.
Not a full hip replacement.
Oh no.
Graham would essentially, unfortunately, falter into mid-card territory. He'd find himself at at Survivor Series against, I believe he was on part of Hogan's team. Don't quote me on that. And then after his in-ring WWF career, he took to the commentary booth, and then in '89 left and retired for good. Uh, uh, Graham would return to the WWE in 2004 when the Hall of Fame was once again revived. He's part of that 2004 class. Um, Inducted the night before WrestleMania 20 by then World Heavyweight Champion Triple H, who Graham had helped become he helped Triple H break into the business. Graham would then go on to sell his Hall of Fame ring to purchase anti-rejection medications for his liver transplant. Ay, ay, ay.
Let's talk about the impact that he's had on pro wrestling.
Yes. Yes.
You know, honestly, if there was no superstar Billy Graham, we would not have a Hulk Hogan, Jesse Ventura. You could even see
Steve Austin, Scott Steiner.
I mean, even Macho Man.
Yeah, even Macho. Oh God.
And you know, obviously, and he was one of the first heel WWE champions that held it for a substantial amount of time.
Uh, and he also was the first ever superstar to win the title by cheating.
Right. So, you know, you have a in WWE, you have a history maker right there. And, you know, obviously it will be known for years to come what Superstar has done for this business, and you can't say enough great things about that. I did have the pleasure of meeting him twice, and he was he was good. He was a nice guy. Um, so yeah, um, honestly, it just sucks, but you know, he did have a full life and a full career, and that doesn't, right, Scooter?
Yeah, yeah, I'd say that there's a lot of other stuff. If if you're a Dark Side of the Ring fan, you'll know what I'm referring to. We're not going to get into that here, but Billy Graham, regardless of what regardless of personal issues, Billy Graham is the prototype for what a wrestler could and should be.
Absolutely.
Have talent, have a bag full of talent, a head full of charisma, and having straight sight into obtaining what they wanted further in their career. Billy Graham, the superstar, who God, yeah, I did meet him at my first ever AWA show in 1990. Yeah, same night I met Lou Albano, Sunny Beach. God, such a nice human being. It's we will miss the superstar.
Obviously, thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of Superstar Billy Graham. Right. On to bizarre news. Rumor and innuendo would suggest SmackDown could possibly move to Amazon Prime. What are your thoughts on SmackDown moving to not, TV, but a streaming service essentially?
I don't think. Well, I mean, you know what? I've learned. I'm gonna learn not to say that, but oh man. See, the thing is, if it comes to Amazon Prime, you how do you make money in that if they're paying a third party for that, and it's a lot more restricted. It's a lot less advertising revenue. I mean, unless it's going to be broadcast, with an ad at the top or an ad at the bottom all the time.
Hmm.
Given that uh, Disney and Hulu are merging, uh, that HBO Max and Discovery and Warner Brothers, they're merging into one company. I would. Oh man, this is such a debatable topic because some will say the streaming craze is finally starting to die down. Some will say it hasn't even started because we're in the age of now companies merging.
Right.
I mean, who really thought we would have seen the WWE and the UFC under one company?
Right.
So, I mean, and UFC was airing their events on ESPN, albeit still under the pay-per-view model. Um, if it comes to Amazon Prime, um, I think it's going to be a significant decrease in ratings, and of course, ratings are what dictate the dollars. So how do you really even accurately measure that, especially what if somebody's watching it with a VPN? There are so many variables to take into account that I don't think we can really make at least an impartial assessment. Aside from it will likely be a significant decline because Amazon Prime is, while being available to everybody, a lot of people choose not to have it.
Right.
Fox Fox is over the air,
Well,
so
essentially, this would be, obviously, whoever pays WWE the most money, that's who's going to be streaming or putting their show on um
it's whoever pays Endeavor.
Endeavor, whatever. Um, but I it is kind of who actually watches TV on an actual TV anymore. Through a cable provider.
I do.
A lot of TV, a lot of the media that we consume is over. It uses a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
So, and WWE has always been the type of company that they're not going to stay behind in time. They are always going to do and take that extra step to make sure that they're still relevant. Um, and you know, doing SmackDown seems like the logical thing for them to step for them to take, considering that SmackDown's always been the guinea pig for things like this. First they're on Friday, then they're on Thursday, then they're on Friday, then they're on Sci-Fi, then they're on UPN, then they're on Channel 5, and now they're on Fox. So I mean, then they were taped, then they were live. So you see what happens with SmackDown. Again, it's always been the second show. It's always been the B show. See what they're doing with it, and if it works out, then try and get Raw on a streaming service as well. But it wouldn't be the same, right? It would have to be something different because you want to milk the cow for all its money, right?
Here's the thing. If being a company that produces two different shows, technically in-house, and having them on two different streaming services is a huge conflict of interest.
I mean, you could say that it's a conflict of interest that WWE is on ABC, NBC, and Fox right now.
Yes, but not live, except for pay-per-view events, PLEs that are included with the Paycock. God damn it, Paycock.
That's what she
They're
said.
they're included with the Peacock, subscription. I mean, you get SmackDown onto Prime. Wait, where does Raw go? Raw would have to likely go to Prime too.
Well, wouldn't Raw just stay on Peacock?
They're never going to do Raw live on Peacock.
I don't know about that.
They will never. Again, and this all comes down to ad revenue. No company is going to pay for advertising on. Let's be real here for a minute. That a service that you can buy without commercials, which means we're gonna be seeing a lot more product placement, even more than we already see.
Oh, Seth Rollins is eating a taco while he's beating up AJ Styles.
Yeah, possibly.
Almost is dressed as a Cheeto.
Grayson Waller using Hair for Men, or what is it? Yeah,
Just for men.
Just for Men. That's it. Just for Men. Von Wagner, promoting electrolysis. Tweezing the eyebrows.
Becky Lynch come to Ireland advertising.
Come to Ireland. Now get the fuck out. Come to Ireland. At least we're not Detroit.
That should be every place's motto. We're not Detroit. Speaking of which, SummerSlam in Detroit.
Detroit. Oh God, if we're moving on to that, mentioned a number of weeks ago, the 2027 WrestleMania in Nashville.
Yeah, we actually covered that last week. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be in Nashville. Kaliko was like, it's about damn time, and you know what? He's not wrong about that. It's one of those cities that has always been a big wrestling city. That if any city deserved it that hasn't had it yet, it's definitely Tennessee in Nashville. Um, Depending on who you ask, if they're deserving or not, that would be Bray Wyatt. Um, he is not listed internally as people to use right now on the main roster. He was not drafted to Raw or SmackDown. His name was never even mentioned. Um, I don't believe Alexa Bliss's name was either. Um, what went wrong with Bray Wyatt this time around?
The fact that they put so much into it, and then I think maybe it was really Vince coming back and maybe put the kibosh on everything, but uh, there's this whole thing, and now we first heard Bray Wyatt was injured, then he's not injured, uh, and we're never gonna know who Uncle Howdy was. It's 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 a strange situation.
I think it was Mustafa Ali.
Um,
That's what I'm going with.
uh, I'm pretty sure Alexa Bliss will return
Oh yeah.
in about 2 weeks um, as Raquel Gonzalez Rodriguez's new tag team partner.
I mean, she is Liv Morgan small, so
Yes, um,
like
because
Raquel
you know,
can look even more massive than she already is.
with Raquel and Liv having to relinquish the women's tag titles in 2 weeks, uh, 2 weeks from Monday. At least I believe that's what I saw on the screen. That there'll be a fatal four-way. Uh, Raquel and a partner still to be named against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, uh, the Karens, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, and Damage Control. So likely that's where Alexa Bliss um, comes back in.
If she's normal Alexa Bliss, then we could put a stake through Bray Wyatt's heart at this point. No.
Yeah, I think it would be safe to say that. Um,
I.
also,
Oh,
I mean,
continue.
oh no, I was going to go into something else. If it was something similar into this whole topic we've got going on.
No, I wanted to say about Bray Wyatt is wrestling fans, and just like we've been saying in media in general, we have very low attention spans. We go week to week, and if you don't do something memorable in that week, then you're probably going to be forgotten. Um, Bray Wyatt, everything that he ever did was the long game. This will play out in 6 months. This will play out in 12 months. This will play out in 3 months. but there was never a payoff today. There was never a match. There was never something that satisfies the fans right this second. And when it came to giving a payoff in 6 months, a year, 9 months, 3 months, something would happen that would prevent him from giving us that payoff. And everything that he did was empty and wasted. And that was always the problem with Bray. And he came back in what, September, October?
October.
October. Between October and now, he had one match in January. That is not like, okay, you could say wrestling isn't wrestling. Nobody actually wants to see the actual matches. It's all about the character development. At some point, you do have to go in the ring and perform and have a match. I mean, as much as I hate MJF, at the end of the day, he does get his ass in that ring and he does wrestle when he's needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was Bray Wyatt was just a bad horror movie character. Well, okay, the first version was good, second version was great, and then it just becomes, what the fuck am I watching? A la Halloween's End.
Yes.
So
Theme for the country of what the fuck is Stan?
exactly. It's not Delgado, we're not Detroit. Um, Going on to what you wanted to say, Scooter.
So somebody whose career might be over because it's what's going around is he's being told he should not return to the ring, and that's Randy Orton.
Right. And you know, it's a sucky situation because he's one of the all-time greats. But, you know, that being said, how many wrestlers in the past decade have been told they can't wrestle again or they should never wrestle again, and then they came back and they wrestled?
Very true. So we should we'll be seeing Randy again in 2033.
It's the
We'll be
world's
fatter and balder.
the world's greatest wrestling match part 2 between him and Edge.
Once in a lifetime. Again!
Oh yeah.
Um, uh, well, I think I know where we're going next.
Well, I was going with that there might be a new member of Imperium coming soon. Triple H seems to be high on the group, and he wants to make them an a la Undisputed Era. And what did Undisputed Era have? A fourth member. And we're not talking about what was his name? Wolfgang or Wolfman? Or,
Alexander Wolf.
yeah, that guy. We're definitely not talking about him. That being said, who would be a great addition to Imperium as the fourth?
Hmm.
From what I'm hearing, Dragunov is being considered.
That would be interesting. Uh, Possibly JD McDonough,
I think
but
McDonough is coming into Judgment Day.
um, I would say Ridge Holland if he wasn't already with the Brutes.
Yeah.
Um, screw it. Put Drew with them.
Wow. Well, that does play into another topic I wanted to discuss, and that is where the hell is Drew McIntyre? Supposedly, he's had some health issues that's keeping him from being on WWE TV. But there are contract disputes as well. Nothing is written down, as we know, if you believe in rumor and innuendo. But if you have Drew McIntyre in Imperium, doesn't he become de facto leader?
Hmm. No. I mean, when Daniel Bryan was part of the Wyatt family for a day, when Randy Orton was part of the Wyatt family for a couple of weeks, uh, when John Cena was part of the Nexus for an hour, they weren't the leaders.
I mean, when CM Punk was in the Nexus, he was the leader.
No. Punk was the new Nexus.
Oh, so because you put the word
I mean,
new, it becomes a different group.
that's the. Oh, come on, that's the biggest wrestling trope there is.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
If you put new in front of in front of a team name or a stable name, boom, it's fresh again.
Yep. Who remembers Leaf Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
I do. The new Rockers, and them winning. No, they didn't win. They didn't win the tag titles. No, that was the Body Donnas who won that 4-way on the free for all before WrestleMania 12. Oh, good God. I'm surprised they didn't go with some. I'm surprised they didn't rename Marty Jannetty David Garrett.
Well, would Tyler Bate be a good addition to Imperium?
Now, Tyler Bate is getting into this, Buddhist Zen like thing, yoga instructor almost.
Because that's draws money.
Uh, I mean, to indicate that he's like kind of getting high with Wesley.
Does that even need to be implied?
You know, this might be a chance for somebody to kind of get themselves freshened up. Put Riddick, Ross, and Emma with them.
Oh. No.
Okay, Tyson Fury.
Sure, why not? I mean, we could put Bad Bunny in it. I feel like
Logan Paul.
Huh?
What? Logan Paul.
Oh, he would fit
Jake Paul.
perfectly in Imperium.
Mr. Beast.
Why are you just making up names?
Nyla Rose.
Oh, you know who could be a part of Imperium? Ricky Starks, Zoe Starks, Billy Starks, with Gunther Starks.
You're driving me stark raving mad.
Yeah. All the families together. Alright, like I said, what happened to Drew McIntyre? Where is he? And when he does come back, because it does seem like he is coming back, where does he fit? Because I feel like Raw is a great place for him to be.
I believe he was drafted to Raw.
Yeah, he is on Raw.
I saw a sign in the crowd on SmackDown last night, and it said, I paid $300 to come to SmackDown only to find Drew McIntyre has been drafted to Raw.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm like, God, that's somebody looking to get on Botchamania.
Well, they botched something, and I don't think they're getting a refund. Um, Seth Rollins, is going to be in the new Captain America movie, New World
Yes.
Order. Um, Considering, in the last couple months we had Batista and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Obviously a big franchise, made a lot of money. And as of this recording, I believe Fast and the Furious 10 is coming out next week, which features
Uh,
John Cena.
um, is it the 20? Yeah, this coming Friday.
Yeah,
John Cena. Um, Possibly also The Rock from.
yeah,
I mean,
he pucked
I
it up.
mean, we could get Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa face to face,
I thought they were
and
the same person.
nobody could tell them apart.
I saw that first trailer and I was like, Roman Reigns? Um,
Jason Momoa looks in the mirror and goes, "Hey, Roman."
yeah. But like I said, Fast and the Furious, obviously a big franchise, expected to do big money. This is a win for WWE to have another one of their superstars in that's actively wrestling in a major Marvel movie.
I mean, the question is, does Seth Rollins think he's playing Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, Buff Bagwell,
I think he would make
Randy
a good
Savage?
1, 2, 3 kid. X Pac, 6 pack, or
No, Vincent.
oh god.
Uh, I mean, Scott Norton.
I mean, there's a lot of people to play a lot of people. For sure.
I
But
mean,
I would see that and say, okay, well, Seth Rollins is in this major motion picture. I want him as the world heavyweight champion because he's in this movie and people will recognize him, and he's on our TV as our champion. It seems like that had the opposite effect on WWE, where they are now considering AJ Styles to win the match in Saudi Arabia
uh,
because they don't want to put the belt on another part timer if more roles come rolling in for Rollins.
I I will tell you this right now. After watching SmackDown last night, the WWE could not be any more obvious in saying Seth is walking out of Saudi Arabia with the title. Because, for some reason, in addition to having AJ appear on Grayson Waller's first SmackDown skit, Karrion Kross pulls the tarot card with AJ Styles' picture on it and refers to him as Alan.
They make WWE tarot cards?
Apparently, where does he keep getting these? I mean, is Scarlet like an ATM for tarot cards? And if so, where do I swipe?
Oh, will you stop it?
I mean, she's only got 3 buttons to press. So I mean,
Well, sure. AJ's not winning the championship, but
Oh no.
I mean, there's always a chance. It's WWE.
I mean,
And after WrestleMania 39, with Cody and Roman, anything's possible at this point.
Seth could be the second superstar to lose a world title in Saudi Arabia and win a world title in Saudi Arabia.
Well, Seth's already been a part of 3 inaugural championship matches. The first NXT championship, the first Universal, and now the first heavyweight, world heavyweight.
Oh shit, we gotta protect AJ.
But that does make the question: if Seth Rollins, if this goes well for him, and which it probably is with um, the Marvel series, could we lose him to Hollywood like everybody else?
No. No. Seth. Seth is wrestling. He's a wrestling first guy. I mean, I'm gotta assume they want Seth for a one-off. I don't know which character he's even playing. If he's even playing someone already established in the comics.
I can tell you.
Like I could see Rollins as like a almost like a crossbones kind of guy.
If they're all looking for a new Kang,
Um, maybe he's like the human version of Hulk's son,
Scar?
Scar.
I don't know. Something else I don't know about is Mojo Joe Riley um, wants to come back to pro wrestling. If Mojo Riley wrestles in the woods, does anybody care?
No. Next topic. Uh,
And this would be the correct answer. Um, Brian Danielson, as everybody knows, Collision is going to be a thing on Saturdays. Yay. CM Punk may or may not be in it.
well, keep in mind.
Debatable, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
considering that they haven't announced the location of where that first collision is happening,
they're working on it.
uh, I mean, really, do you have to be that thick-headed to know that to not realize that it's gonna be in fucking Chicago?
Like
And
everything
and
else that.
and and the fact that Don Callis has turned on Kenny Omega, Callis is gonna be the one to bring Punk back.
Ooh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, this is how I believe they're gonna set up for All In, which I gotta admit, I'm surprised they apparently have sold out.
I didn't see here that they sold out.
I heard oh over 45,000 sold with like another like 15,000 to be issued.
Last
They're
time I
opening
checked,
up more seats.
they were at 60,000. The last time I checked, but
Well, they're opening up more seats. That I know.
okay.
But yes, Collision is happening. It's yeah, when it came up, I didn't. It didn't look like it was going to be a weekly thing. Like it was going to be like a Saturday night main event type of thing. But, mm, uh, but okay, then.
What I was alluding to was Brian Danielson will be a part of the creative team on Collision. Um, from what I heard, and I don't remember hearing this before, before he left WWE, Brian was on the WWE creative team. And for what I heard, it was a positive experience for everybody. But how do you have somebody like that, Brian Danielson, who, I mean, yes, good wrestler, not exactly the best mic guy, right? You be a part of your creative team, and obviously, right for wrestlers.
Hmm. I mean, if he is part of the creative team to such a large extent, I find it difficult to discern what is Brian Danielson responsible for.
I mean, if he's like an agent for a match, honestly, that concerns me just for the safety of the guy's health because Brian is somewhat of a reckless wrestler, as we know.
Yeah, Pat Buck has kids. He's gotta feed them. Brian, you can feed Buddy and Birdie your organic vegetables that I peed on. Um, God. Um,
Will you stop it?
I
Um,
mean, I mean, I believe that as much as the fact that apparently AEW was looking at $1 billion television deal.
okay, now he's as insane, if not more insane, than Vince McMahon, Tony Khan.
Uh, the given that this past week was supposed to be a whole like to do for AEW, and something regarding the TV renewal rights was expected, uh, but no. Um, of course, they made way for Collision. The fact that Punk was taken off all marketing material for Collision at the last minute due to apparently another disagreement, and I use quotation marks by saying that.
And an audio only show.
Yes. AEW's deal for Collision is separate from Dynamite and Rampage. Um, Dynamite and Rampage, however, their uh, their rights are up at the end of the year. Uh, but with Warner Brothers Discovery merging with HBO Max, we might be we might actually be getting an AEW network. And I use that in the loosest term, meaning, oh, great, we won't have to pay $70 to see AEW's pay-per-views anymore.
Well, I mean, that's here's the hoping on that. I don't know. I don't want to
Well,
speculate on CM Punk anymore because that has been beating been beaten to death by not just us but like every other media outlet. So I think it's
one,
just a wait and see process and see what they do.
$1 billion. The rumor was $1 billion for a year period.
And oh, this is just coming in. Oh, I just got a DM from Tony Khan. He said lies. Right, this is not the case. Tell your boss, Nick Khan, to shove it up his
Uh, this just in from Brian Alvarez. Yes, Daddy Cody. Uh,
ass. And the last bit of news before we get into Night of Champions is a part of Night of Champions. As everybody knows, Sami Zayn has not been a part of any of the Saudi
haha.
Arabia shows at this point, mainly because he's Syrian, and
Yes.
Saudi Arabia and Syria has been in a civil war for a couple of years now.
Not
Now,
anymore.
this is the kickoff. Saudi Arabia wanted Sami Zayn a part of their show so much that they actually put peace negotiations and peace
Shins with
treaties with
Syria.
Syria to have Sami Zayn appear on their show. So congratulations to Sami Zayn for creating civil peace between two countries.
Sammy is, I think, professional wrestling's first true diplomat. I mean, how many wrestlers can say, "Oh, I'm so popular, hell, I fucking stopped war"?
Yeah, I don't think Hulk Hogan didn't stop the Gulf War by beating Sergeant Slaughter. No.
No, he did it by beating Saddam Hussein.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
All right. That that was conclude the news. Um, and now a quick word from our sponsors. So,
Rogue Energy, the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, whether it be juices, shakes, smoothies, and everything else in between. Their low calorie, no sugar energy formula is the perfect alternative to sugar filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Their extreme formula provides the most energy, focus, and sports performance possible. Their hydration line offers focus, ingredients without the added caffeine. Drink it anytime you're thirsty. And their shake formula is so delicious. Who doesn't love a cookies and cream, 0 calorie energy milkshake? First and foremost, they've designed every Rogue product line with performance and effectiveness in mind. It is critical that you look at the nutrition panels of drinks when comparing options. There are countless off brands out there that are presenting low quality, poorly dosed formulas that amount to expensive caffeine water. Every formula they produce is designed with optimal levels of high quality ingredients. Additionally, you won't find a powdered gaming drink brand that dissolves better. No need to have chalky textures in your drink. Their taste profiles are unmatched, specifically designed for gamers, athletes, students, entrepreneurs, people with hectic schedules, individuals with low energy, podcasters who can't shut up, people who are health conscious, and so much more. Great as both a pre-workout and as a coffee energy drink replacement. Specifically designed every Rogue product line to be the best gaming drink on the planet. Rogue Energy, more focus, more wins.
use promo code WRESTLINGWITHE for 10% off your next purchase. And we are wrestling with WWE Night of Champions.
Which I will say, I have to say this right now, uh, the remix for Night Champions will not be taking place due to something that has come up that is occupying my time at the time the PLE is happening.
Okay, so listen to Michael Cole and Corey Graves for this one.
Or, you can put it on mute.
Oh, that's true. I think that's the better option. It takes place in Boba Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. In the Jeddah,
Boba, really? You really you went for the both at Jeddah when you could have gone with Return of the Jeddah?
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh.
This is why. This is why we should talk about what we're gonna say before the show.
that is that is why you fail.
It takes place at the Pontiac Silverdome in Jeddah.
In Houston. Uh,
It that no, it's in Jeddah.
uh,
Um,
it may also be up my ex-wife's ass, but nevertheless,
yes, you will not be going to that one for sure.
yeah, it's shitty anyway.
Out of that's what primarily asses do. There's five matches confirmed as of this recording. Um, and let's get into it. Bianca Belair versus Asuka, round two for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Who wins, Scooter?
Now they're going really hard on the mist here. Um, 2 weeks ago. Um, Also, by the way, why have they not switched titles?
Because the Raw Women's Champion is on SmackDown, and the SmackDown Women's Champion is on Raw.
Yeah, but this happened last year, and they had a whole title switching ceremony.
That was when Vince was in charge, pal.
Vince is still in charge.
Not a creative, pal.
Uh,
Paul is in charge of creative, pal.
yeah. This just in. Vince has changed his name to Paul. They're going really hard on the mist. They're saying that I'm sorry, but if Michael Cole made this up on the fly, calling it a chili pepper mist,
What?
yeah, to explain why it was burning. Why if it was burning, why would Bianca keep rubbing her damn eyes?
No.
Also, if Asuka had kept that in her mouth for so long, you would she? No, no. I dare you to spend 2 minutes with a mouthful of hot chili pepper sauce.
Do
And
not, I repeat, do not.
do not do that. Do not actually do that.
Yes.
That is it's a figurative dare. Do not do that.
No.
If you want to do it with anything, do it with water.
We're already getting sued by Shaka Khan, so we don't want a second lawsuit.
God, another Khan lawsuit? Great. Last night on SmackDown, it looked like they were going to do it again, except, yeah, Asuka missed. And I don't mean MIST. Asuka missed with the mist. It's the mist, and it's awful. Like, it got everywhere except Bianca's face.
So basically, it was Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Or, an AEW trying to light something on fire. Okay, but, like, I hate the fact that they reduce it. Oh, it's a chili pepper mist. Fuck you, Michael Cole. I mean, the mist had mythos. It had legend based on the color of it, and it didn't look like like Asuka just ate out Papa Smurf's asshole.
Will you stop it?
Asuka's chewing the same stuff that Liv Morgan does.
And
They're chewing the same Smurf. Either way, I mean, I don't want to see Bianca walk out with the title.
Neither
She's a
do I.
SmackDown super. She's a SmackDown superstar. So like, like Bianca for the win.
I mean, neither do I. But at this point, if Asuka wins another championship, does it really matter? They missed the boat at WrestleMania. Um, I mean, she can't have it forever, and I mean, Asuka would be the most logical person to win the championship from her, considering she turned
Yeah,
heel at this point.
and considering that Bianca took Asuka's record from her.
Really,
Remember how long Asuka was NXT Women's Champion?
I thought Mandy Rose took that record from her.
No, no. It was of the decade
Yeah, whatever.
in the 2020s. Asuka's was of the modern age until Bianca.
Hmm.
And by the way, oh yes, this is day 993 of Roman 2 belts, which will be Roman 4 belts, and then probably Roman 5 belts.
Yes, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But I mean, it makes sense for Asuka to win, but it's WWE, so Bianca. Um, the next match, Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther versus Out of Carbonite once again. Manso. Oh no, wait, that's Mustafa Ali, but he's
Out
not.
of
He's not a Saudi.
you really think that's why he was given this?
I
I
mean,
mean, I swear to God, if somebody's stupid enough to think this, uh, either way, Ali ain't winning shit.
just like in life.
I mean, maybe if it was, maybe it was Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. Nobody's getting the Ouija board out for that match. So yeah, Gunther.
Ooh, I'm so pretty. I'm so fast. I'm gonna knock that Austrian guy on his ass.
Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
Cody has yet to. Oh wait, no, I forgot. I yeah, I don't see. I don't see a reason for Brock winning this, which means he will.
I mean,
And
honestly,
uh,
just to get his win back from Cody. I mean, he did put him clean over in the last match.
hey,
And I mean,
I mean,
if Cody wins any type of title in the next couple of years, Brock could say, "Well, I beat you out in Saudi Arabia. I want a rematch, or I want a title match, or something to that degree."
well, yeah, I mean, assumably they want to run back Cody and Seth,
At some point, they are. I'm assuming, but yeah, I
but
think
then oh, that's an interesting thing. You can have you can have Cody beat to Seth what Seth is to Roman. The one person he could never beat.
right. Um. So yeah, I'm going with Brock for this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brock. Yeah,
Right. Before we get into our two main event title matches, it's Night of Champions. One of the slogans being all titles on the line. Um, we're
Not
missing.
for this one. Not for this one.
Oh, well, I mean, we're still missing Rhea, the United States Championship. Um,
You have to remember that some people got to stay behind and do SmackDown.
yes, this is correct. So, Night of Champions, SmackDown. SmackDown Night of Champions.
I mean,
Alright, that,
we've got four title matches so far. I mean,
yeah, one, and actually, wait a minute, we're missing a match.
Trish and Becky.
Tristan Becky, yeah. I'm assuming that's going to be made official, on
I,
Monday.
be- I believe it was made official last night.
Okay, well, the contract signing's on Monday.
Yes.
So, who wins against Trish and Becky?
Well, considering the last time Becky was in Saudi Arabia, it was against Lita.
That's true, yeah.
I think everybody might be wondering what's Lita gonna do. Is Lita even gonna show up?
Lita's not coming to Saudi Arabia for sure.
You know, at this point, I can't, I don't know what Trish is hoping to accomplish with this run.
Make some
I
money.
mean, uh, uh, okay, but I mean, is she wishing? Is this the division she wished she was a part of? That she helped blaze the way for. I have a feeling we may see. I doubt it though. We may see Charlotte show up. I doubt it because there's still that history between Charlotte and Trish. Um,
Right.
I mean,
I could see this leading into a Trish and Lita versus Becky and Charlotte match if Becky and Charlotte was on speaking terms.
yeah. Oh man, damn. I mean, watch them bring back Mickey James, and we're gonna get Horsewomen versus.
Oh god. No, I don't think they're bringing the trust back out of retirement. That being said, I think Trish is gonna win because they view this as a long format rivalry between her and Becky, and if this is gonna go until SummerSlam, Trish needs to get the first victory. I would say. What say you, Scooter?
When's the last time you remember the WWE going so hard with a women's singles feud that didn't involve the title?
Um, Not in recent memory, but
Yeah, that tells me that like you said, they invested this to go a long way. They have faith that they will produce potentially a match of the night, which would honestly would be amazing to if that happened.
really, yeah.
I think I think Trish beats the crap out of Becky, or Becky beats the crap out of Trish, and even though they got the crap beat out of them, they'll still pick up the flash pin.
Okay.
So Trish will probably look dominant enough, but Becky will get the quick 3 count and then probably get beaten up some more.
Okay, that seems fair enough. All right. Tournament final to crown the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins versus AJ Styles. Who wins, Scooter?
I mean, the fact that they put Edge and Rey Mysterio in the triple threat for AJ, I mean, that kind of makes me mad a little bit, but
I mean, why?
Edge and Rey Mysterio, SmackDown's forefathers, the founding fathers, basically. Um,
Yeah, but I mean, when you think about when SmackDown went live, AJ was the foundation members of that roster.
but he'd only been in the WWE for 5 months at that point.
I mean, it still was the house that AJ Styles built.
It's the champ that gets a cramp. Yeah, Seth is gonna Seth's gonna walk out being the first person. Well, no, can't say that because he never won the big gold belt.
Technically, this is the big gold belt.
It's a belt that is big and gold.
I mean,
It's not deep. No, the big gold belt is a trademark.
really?
Yep.
Huh. I'm assuming
Along with
Tyrone Thompson has that, right?
no, no. Lex Luger does. I don't fucking know. Seth wins. Seth is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, not your undisputed Universal, just World Heavyweight.
But it doesn't matter because in roughly 6 months, Roman will be winning this championship as well.
You
If
know,
if
continue now.
if AJ was on Raw and that was the brand he was going to be a part of, I would say okay, maybe there's a chance AJ wins, but not considering that he's not on that brand. So yeah, um, such for the win. And
I'm looking forward to a great storyline where people get the World Heavyweight Championship and the Intercontinental Championship confused, and people are wondering, wait, when did Gunther win the World Heavyweight title?
well, we have one more match to talk about. Um, and just the way that this is situated, does this? Well, let me say the match: Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, for the undisputed tag team championships. Does this main event this show, or is it set in AJ?
I think it's gotta be Sammy. It's gotta be Sammy for for the fact that Sammy is the ultimate weapon of war.
Um, but that does beg the question because do they want to put in a Saudi Arabia show? Do they want to put a Syrian in the main event? But this match is either going to open the show or close it. Do you agree
Yes,
with that?
yes, I absolutely agree.
And obviously, it is going to be good shit because there's a major story connected to this to this match. Um, but I don't know if it. I feel like if you put it in the main event, then what does that mean for your new championship, the World Heavyweight, if it's not main eventing when it's the first thing on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, that's the problem with this is that on Raw right now, AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, that's a main event. On a pay per view, it's not. It really isn't, given the circumstances right now, because of Brock and Cody and Roman, Sammy and KO against the Bloodline. Those are they're referring them to they're referring to this as three main events. So
I mean, Cody and Brock to main event this one as well.
it's a main event, not going to be the main event.
I didn't think so, but
They're called they're using main event as marquee matchup,
right,
not the last match of the night.
right.
I mean, unless they decide to put up two other rings and have all the matches go off at once.
I feel like that's something AEW would do.
Oh shit. Tony, ignore that.
I just got a tweet. We just got a tweet from Tony. He said, "Shove it up your ass, Nick Khan." I think he knows who you are.
And how do you know I like ass stuff?
Um. So could the Sami Zayn Bloodline match? Something significant has to happen in this match. No.
Yes, but the question is, have we learned from our optimism?
No, we have not, unfortunately.
Like, oh boy, Cody's gonna win it at WrestleMania. Aw.
Yep. That being said, who wins the match, Scooter?
I want to say Sammy and KO so bad, but I'm afraid that if I do, it's gonna jinx them.
Yeah.
I think this is where Sammy pins Roman. Sammy and KO to retain. I do think we may see the Usos break up.
Well, I love your optimism, Scooter, but Roman and Solo for the win.
See, last time on SmackDown, Roman made a thing. Roman and Solo show up. Here comes Sammy and KO, and Roman says, "Oh, you'll acknowledge me, and just make sure to leave my tiles in a place where I can get them." Like Roman 4 belts.
Right. And
I mean,
I
that's
guess
gonna.
I think this is leading towards an Uso Roman and Solo match for the tag team championships because it's, at some point it's going to implode and Jay is going to say enough is enough and it's time for a change.
Or
And
it leads to a Samoan four-way
correct.
for the world champion, for the undisputed Universal title.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Jay versus Jimmy versus Roman versus Solo.
it could lead
Special
to
referee Rikishi.
it, it could lead to a one-on-one between Jay and Roman for the titles. Will Jay win? I don't think so, but who knows at this point? I think they were trying to get Roman
I mean,
to eclipse at least one of Bruno's records.
mm, yeah. I mean, fine. At this August, it becomes 1,095. Roman would have to be champion well into 2024.
And the way things are projecting right now, do you not see that as an option?
I see them creating another World Heavyweight title for SmackDown. You know,
The
it,
Constellation prize.
no, so not exactly the Universal title.
There you go.
Almost as good, but not quite as good as Roman Championship.
Alright. So, does Sammy Owens versus Bloodline main event, or is it the first match out?
I think it main events.
I think it main events as well. And
The
Seth
question,
and AJ opens tonight.
mm, the question is, are they gonna do some sort of promotional, battle royal?
Why?
I don't know. You know, I'm surprised they didn't do Team Saudi Arabia versus Team Syria. With Hogan representing Syria and Ric Flair representing Saudi Arabia.
We've lost that. I believe Hulk Hogan was the face in that one. Okay. That'll conclude our coverage of WWE Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. Join us in 2 weeks as we review this show because it will be the show will be on as we're recording the show that Saturday. So yeah.
Wink.
Uh huh. And of course next week we're doing all things double or nothing. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. We're on YouTube and Castbox. Of course, this was sponsored by World Energy and Pale One Coffee. Join us this Tuesday as we interview Damien Corvin. This Wednesday as we interview Starbuck. Um, Follow the show at Wrestling with E, but on Twitter and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993, and where can we find Scooter?
As always, find me on Twitter at ScooterDust. Uh, keep an eye out for more news about the remix. We won't be out for Night of Champions, but we will be on for Money in the Bank. Is that in June, or is it did that get moved to July? Whichever one's in June. Who fucking knows anymore?
I think there's an NXT pay preview
There's an NXT pay-per-view the next day after Night of Champions. Battleground.
So on the same day as Double or Nothing. That's weird.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
They've done it again. Oops. And, of course, revel in all my Twitch antics, because this is the reason I'm not doing Night of Champions. Season 2 of the Dungeons and Dragons campaign of Cornicus Tarkin. Find out what's happened to him. It starts May 27th. Along with Rico Constantino Jr. and the rest of the Smoking Dragons clan. Twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
What making you get up at 10 o'clock in the morning to play Dungeons and Dragons?
You forget I'm on the East Coast. They're getting up at 11 in the morning. I'm getting up at 1:30 in the afternoon.
We're no braver men than I am. Alright, for Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.